Good morning, chat. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, mate. Good.
How are you?
Good. I feel a bit fresh today, which is nice.
Good.
Did you see price yesterday? Oh my god.
Oh, bloody shite.
Yeah. Guys, we actually might be in on a trade here, you know, so just stand by. Four's doing the top wick, so the four's closed below. Yeah. So whether the four's going to pop up. 3. Two. 1. Okay, we'll do a top down. Yeah, mate. Yesterday we'll go over yesterday. We'll go exactly what happened with our first loss on stream. Same thing. Both would have played out if we held.
Yeah.
But the time we hold is the time it comes up and hits stops. Missed our stops by
My
like.
stop's smaller anyway.
Oh, were they?
Gone for the first sort of big wick.
Yeah.
Up the full one, so that was screwed from the beginning.
Yeah. You were. Right, let's do a quick top down because we might have a setup here. Okay, so quick top down. Monthly is bearish. We know that. We know the monthly should be coming down to 1990 levels. Oh, that's a bit big. 1990 levels. Okay. You've already had a top wick on this monthly, so we should be just coming down to 1990.89. The weekly. Now the weekly is the only issue we've got. Is the weekly is currently bullish, and we don't know if it's closed respecting or broke out because these ranges we haven't got enough data. But we do know it's respected this minor range here. But until this weekly closes, we're currently bullish on the weekly, which is putting us off a bit. Okay. Now the daily, if you look how the daily's closed bearish with huge bottom wick. So what you tend to get when closures like this with a huge bottom wick is you'll then get a wick fill. That's what tends to happen. So I can probably see us just getting a wick fill today from this, because we are now fully respecting this range now. Twice we've tried to break above, we haven't been able to break above. However, saying that, yes, we should get a wick fill, but is this a liquidity grab in order to now close above here? That's what we've got to be cautious of, because this daily could come back down, test the lows again, and then flip, and that'll be the liquidity to push up. Okay, but whether that's going to happen or not, I do think we're going to get some sort of wick fill too. We'll test the previous wick. I do believe we'll probably come and test the previous wick. So that again today is probably going to be our target again until we get a daily close below this level. Okay, so this will be our daily target today. Now 4 hour has closed bearish, and it's actually broke below everything really. So let's see if I flick the trending structure on. That doesn't give you, but the 4 hour has actually closed in a better position than yesterday, right? Because the 4 hours, see this is the 4 hour what caught us out yesterday. This one, it hadn't broke below, but now we have broke below. We've came up, we have broke back below it. So basically what we should get with this 4 hour is this 4 hour, if this 4 hour can come and break the highs and then flip to the downside, we should start coming to fill these ranges. We should be coming down to at least 2027 levels. Even if you want to drive up, I would think you're probably still going to come back down. So if we can mark this up, this is an area where you've sort of got to tap even if you want to drive. But this is what we're seeing. We've come out from the bottom, we've came up, and then we've closed back in. So can we just drop through the floor now? That's the question. And if so, we need this forward to flip. But has it done its top wick? Does it need a steeper top wick? Now, if we just worried with stops, because if it does want to come back up, how high does it want to come and break these lows to the left, or does it want to break these lows to the left? It shouldn't be breaking this wick though, 2040, I wouldn't imagine. So it's a case of how do we get in for sells? The 3 hours broke back into the range, okay. We've got a 2 hour, same as the 2 hour. The 2 hours closed, maybe respecting, maybe. But the 1 hour, the 1 hour has closed now. Where's the 1 hour close? So we haven't actually closed back in. We've closed back into this range above, so we haven't had a breakout to the low yet. But the 4 has broke the lows. So what do we want to see? What do we want to see? I want to see if we can get a wing back sell. But if not, we'll just wait for closures below. Or do we need to just close below here anyway? The 15's bearish. Where's the 15 going? 15 should be coming down too. There. But there is a amount of support, so could we not just enter? Let's get rid of this. Is 10 to tap that. I like that. Guys, I think I'm just going to get in on this. Because let me have a look. I want to see if I want to try and get a better entry, right? Where's the daily range? So if we go off the previous daily, we shouldn't be breaking that high, 53 pips. really, but if we did want to be safe, you could cover that. But if we do come up that far, so we're not in this yet, right? I'm just trying to work out. We should be coming down to tap 2023 again. If not, back down to thingy bottom. So I'm just working out whether we just get in off the 1 hour's bearish. So this is the 1 hour pulling back. 15, 5. This 5 can push a bit higher up. So just get in off this 5, I suppose. Our advantage point would be 2033. See if this 5 can push back up. We'll look to, if this 5 can come and tap 2033 again, we can potentially get in again. Because the hour's only doing a top wick test and previous support, which it's doing that now. Oh, it's fucking flipped already. Fuck's sake. We could have got in on that there. What do we want to see now then? 11, 5. Do we need to come down to this? We likely do. So if this 5 can calm its Babylons. Now the 4 hour. 3 hour, 1 hour. Little bugger. Actually got on a bit early as well. What is that? It's not enough now, that. It's really annoyed me. Look at that. As soon as I said, yeah, we're looking to get in on this, we come back up, flipped, drove. I might have to start getting on a bit early, you know. Sometimes it does that where I'd sort of just missing moves. We missed one. Was it yesterday we just missed one? Because this could be a higher time frame. Because the 4, if the 4 flips, where should the 4 be coming? The 4 is likely going to tap all the way back down. Now you could potentially just get a sell stop off the 4 and leave it over a longer period of time. I just want to see once we, because we have popped down, we have grabbed some liquidity, so we're like this. We've popped down, we've grabbed liquidity, we've come back up. Do we need to come back to these levels, or is that what we've done? Then we've come back down to there, and then we've come back up to here. Do we need to come and tap 2045 before coming down again? The 4 should just flip, but it's... I really wanted that advantage. Here's the thing, if you just enter off the 4 now, yes, the 4 could flip and drive, but you've got no advantage point at the minute. That's why we were looking to enter here, because we know price has got to come down to 2030. So if we get... Oi! Five's closed. So where's the 5 got to tap? 5 is likely. See, 3 pips, not enough now. This is what I didn't want. I didn't want a big pushing candle there. See if we can come back up. For a wing back. If we get a 30 close, so you've got an area here where you normally tap. And this is similar to yesterday. Similar to yesterday. We got in and around here, didn't we? Was it here? Yeah, it was. And then we just shot off. Back up. So, are we saying us coming down here, we need to come and tap at least, if this 15 cannot come and tap 2032, right, and come back up for a top wick, we could potentially use this as a wing back sell. Because if the 15 closes like this, new 15 up, this is very, very similar to yesterday, isn't it? It is. So if the new 15, it might not though, it might just open up and drive, but if the new 15 can close like this, the new 15 pulls back, we look for a wing back sell here. Stops, if we're breaking above these highs, here's the thing with stops, if you're breaking above these highs, your last form of defense is this. So do we put stops above there? And if so, stops at that point, you're looking at 110 pips. That would be the safest option, but you've got a higher chance of then that's the weekly flipping. You're likely going to drive past it to the next zone. So it's similar to yesterday where So do we just put stops below here, above here? There we go, 60 pips is it? Let's see what this 15 does. If this 15 can give us a top wick, guys, fantastic. Probably would have been out of this trade already. There's your 10. We just don't want this to drive, that's the thing. 5's closed, respecting. Yeah, so the hour, close bearish, close respecting. Did we close back into the range? Is this hour going to flip? Does the hour need to come back up? We really don't want it to tap 2032 though, that's the thing. That's our advantage point. We know price has to tap that really, definitely. But once it taps that, doesn't mean it's going to carry on. It means it can then pull all the way back up to 2036. So, let's see this. This is the 4 hour flipping here. So is the 4 going to carry on driving? It's done its top work. Come on, 15. Chill out, man. Chill out. Because once the 15 taps this, it means it could come back up first. But is it going to come back up to this level? It does come back up a few times. So there's one tap there, one tap there. We came down, we came above it. Back up, tap there, back down, tap there, back down. But are we going to do it again? Or are we going to drive because the 4 hours flipping now? And if we're going to drive, then do we just enter? Because the 4 hour is flipping to the downside. But everything's bullish. 3's bullish. apart from the 4. 3, 2 is bullish, 1 is bearish. But do we wait for a bearish hour close? Because the new hour can just bomb straight back up. Oh, you little bugger. There's still 47 minutes left of this hour, so is the new 30 gonna... Are we gonna get something like this? Where you come from these levels, you get a 30-minute close below, and then the next 30 just goes straight back up. Wow, guys. Wow, look at that go. It's a new 15. I can't do anything here, just watch it. It's funny Forex, isn't it? So, if we tap 2030, very tough now. Very tough. Because are you going to reject? Are you going to carry on driving like the 4? But if we do tap 2030, are we then going to get the pullback to 2033? So that's where we can look for wing back sells from. But I really didn't want to tap this area, and it's tapped it. Look at that, guys. Fucking so close to getting in again. Lovely, isn't it? Lovely. Been so weird, the markets this year, you know, for me.
Yeah, this week's been a bit...
Just weird, mate. Like, I'm missing entries by a couple of pips, or I'm just... don't know what it is.
I'd say sort of last month. I think I did really well last month as well. Yet I missed loads, like you say, just a few pips here and there, or I'm moving to break even too quick and then getting taken out, and then it'll drive the way that I thought it would.
Yeah.
Whereas this week, I'm really struggling. Can't see anything, and when I do see something, I'm getting it completely wrong.
Yeah.
So really, really odd.
Yeah, look, I mean, look at this here. We can't get in. I was going to get in on that 5 if it pushed back up. If it pushed back up, we were getting in on this 5. And it literally, as I said, it flipped and drove. I mean, look at this. This is disgusting. I mean, we could... Because if the 4's going to... This is a fast zone where you can just come straight through on the 4. So is that what's going to happen? Or are we getting like we did yesterday? Remember yesterday? We were consolidating, then we broke out, and then we pushed the other side. So are we broke out, consolidating, broke out, are we going to push the other side? Is that what's going to happen? Which I don't know whether it's going to happen this time, because the 4, remember this 4 had closed respecting, but this 4 is broke below. So you've got more chance of this driving now. And you've still got 43 minutes for the hour, so the hour can really drive. So it's not as if you can get an hour and then you're going to get a decent pullback. It's probably likely going to carry on driving. But no top wick on this 15. So, I mean, if this 15 can flip up, could we take a wing back sell from 2032? Because you're going to probably want to break the lows again. But that's if this 15 flips. It might not flip. It might just close like this and then carry on driving. Very tough, guys. I mean, we're heading back down, which was what I always wanted. Yeah, look, these traffic zones are really nice. Now, if you get a 15 close below here, what does a 15 do? That's not good, is it? Do come through to 2027. Close below. Oh, such a. The fours broke the lows now, you see. This is what we didn't want. We didn't want to break in the lows because now it can come back up for a steeper top wick if it wants to. Because now you've got liquidity to go back up. So how far is this 4 going to go? Well, the 4 can come all the way down to 2027. But how do we get in? We need a closure, we need a pullback. Even just to get a sell stop on. But at the minute we can't even do that. If this 15 can pull back to 2032, we'll take an entry there. But we've got to understand this could be the 4 coming back up now. But if this is why I'm saying it's got to be this 15, because if this 15 comes up, this 15 is unlikely to push all the way back up like that. What will probably happen is this will close back in, and the new one will likely, I'm going worst case, will likely come and want to test the lows again before driving. So if this can just tap up, and that's even if this one does, it'll probably do something like this, come up, tap, and then pull back, close small, bullish, and then the next one, if the next one wants to go up, then yeah, fair enough, but at that point we'll be aggressive with stops. We can get in on that. But this 15 has to do it. It's got a top wick now, so it's whether it's going to come back or not. Which you've got 10 minutes left of this 15, so 2 5-minute candles. So stand by. Oh, we had a 5 close with no top wick. Stand by, guys, stand by. I'm going to be getting in on this. Can we tap this area? Go on. Go on. And we're going to be aggressive with stops as well. Just want to tap. Just want to tap. 2032. That's all I want. 2032. Come on. Another little push. Another little push. Go on. Go on. New 1 hour. 1 minute. Is the new one going to pop? Oh, go on. Top wick fest. Oh no. Top wick fest. Come on. Oh, guys, I'm in on this. I'm in for sells. Let's put me in about there. Right. Now, I'm going to be aggressive with these stops, okay? Like that. Oh, I did tap that area in the end anyway. But I do believe you're going to have to. Stops for me. 80 pips there. Because even if we want to drive back up now, I do believe you're going to have to come back down, create a bottom wick for this one before coming up, okay? But what we're trying to catch is this 15 flip to the downside. If it comes back down, it might not, it might close back in. But even if it closes back in, again, we should come back down, and we are going to be aggressive with the stops. Because if the 4, we're basically saying that the 4 is going to carry on driving. Now remember, it might not. This could be the liquidity grab to come back up and break the highs here. Okay, so it could flip. But if you look at the smaller time frame, you're probably going to have to come back down. A bit like market maker. So we came out the bottom here. Yeah. And then let's pretend we've got here on the first 15. We entered here. Let me zoom in so you can see. You've then still got to come back down and test the lows again before driving up. Okay, so that's why we're going to be aggressive with the stops. Because yes, we know we can come back up because the 4. But ideally, if this 15 can close respecting new 15 gives a bottom wick, that'd be fantastic. Oh, excuse me. How is this? How we're going to drive that is the question. Now the 4s do tend to come down. Oh, sorry guys, I haven't done take pass move to break even anything ever. We're going to go to break even fairly quickly, really, in case we do get another one of these market makers back up. Okay, so however, I won't be taking any partial till I tap probably this level. You've got a level here. Let me just look left here, because we've tapped that already. Come down, back up. Yeah, it does look like you're going to have to tap 2029. Yeah, so I'll be taking partial move to break even at 2029. Sorry, I won't be moved. I'll be taking partial. Take profit. That's what I'll be doing. But I mean, it's completely up to yourselves what you lot do. I want to have a look where we're going to go risk free. So we're going to go. I'm going to move my stops to break even as soon as we tap this. And it might mean we get stopped fairly quickly. My God, spread is not put me in a nice place there. Spread was disgusting. Oh, it's not much like. Spread's not put me in a nice place there. I mean, this is off a 4 hour anyway. And the 4 was broke out now, so you should come back to the downside anyway. But whether it's going to do it or come to break the highs first. All we want to see closures to the downside. So we want a 30-minute close, breaking below this minor, and then we can get a wick fill on the 30. Okay, and then that'll be the hour close, and then the hour breaks below this. Yeah, and then we'll get a top wick, and then the hour comes back down. That's what we want to see, really. We don't want to see candles flip. The 30 is going to close in 3 minutes. So if the 30 can close, where do we want the 30? That's the thing with the 30s, they can just bomb back up, really. We ideally want a 30 close below. We either want to close them below this, or we want to close them below this, but not fill the range. That means we've got space for another 30 to come and fill the range. That's what we're after, really. Got a potential. This wingback sell is probably still valid as well. 1 minute 20 for 30-minute close. So is this going to initiate this move? This is what we're trying to work out. Is this? And if so, are we going to get down to our 2029 level off the 30? So this 30 doesn't actually break below, but it closes with a wick, and then you get a wick fill. Where this one closed not with a wick, and the new one came down, created a bottom wick, and then flipped to the upside. So we're looking at more of this, I would think. So this next 30 technically should drive. And they all seem to come down to 2030. What's this here? Oh yeah, that's where we've tapped there. Yeah, it's this what I don't like, this area. We could potentially move these. That's where I'll probably take, but go risk free actually. Make a bit more sense. Okay, here's a 30 close. Are we going to get a top wick and then drive? '15's got no top wick. Is this 15 going to come back up? There's a 30 top wick. Can we flip and drive to the downside? So this it's closed in a similar place really. Look. Similar place. Then the top wick came to there. And then the 30 flipped. So are we going to tap that and then flip on this 30? 2 minutes, guys. I think someone's at the door. I'm just going to grab a drink as well. Keep an eye on it. Here we go. Can we get down now? Bloody hell, I need to do more fitness, mate. I've stopped football, so I'm fit as out. So if we look left, it's a case of, are we looking at this? This is what we're wanting. This straight through. Okay. But are we going to get it? Because it's quite a strong zone, this area. This area is quite a strong zone. And we broke out the bottom now, so it means the 4 can flip back to the upside. But the 4 is broke out. It's broke below the mess. Yeah, so for me, the mess on the 4, I mean, this is your worst case mess here. So I'll put this big so you can all see it. So for me, on the 4, we broke below this mess. Therefore, all the 4s actually fly down. Oh, this one doesn't. Where does this one come? Okay, this one actually comes to 2023. We're going to have to move tape parcels to there, guys. But all the others absolutely fly down. But it's just whether you're going to get a steeper top wick. That's the thing. So this will be our risk-free. Our take partial will be. You could probably take partial on the end. I'll probably take partial around 2030 anyway, but we'll see. We need to get down first. Now what we want to see, now that the 30s close like that, we need to see an hour close. So we want an hour close anywhere really, as long as it's bearish. We just do not want the hour to flip back up or close doji. If you don't like the trade, guys, you're going to be getting close to break even. So you just get out if you don't like the trade. It's similar to yesterday, so it's, you know, we could get caught out again. But the difference in this time is yesterday the 4 hour hadn't broke the low, and this time it has. And yesterday I said it was a trade I'd probably take again. Obviously, knowing about the 4 hour now, we're aware of it. The 4 hours now broke the low, so it's one of them. So I've got to take it really. But it's just whether we just want an hour close below 2032. Get an hour close below 2032. We should be fine. You don't even need the hour close below 2032. You just need a bearish hour close. That's it. Morning Vin. Morning Deepak. Pull back from the strong resistance. Yeah, like I said, it is a strong resistance area. But all the fours come down. All the fours come and tap. 2029. I want to get what I want to see. Actually, weekly. This is what I want to see on the weekly. I want to see a weekly bearish close. That's what I want to see today. So I want this weekly to close bearish, and then next week should be fairly straightforward at that point, because you know the monthly needs to come down to sort of 2013 levels. The next weekly should just top wick and then come and fill. You don't even need much of a top wick because this one's done it for you. Because if you look at the daily as well, guys, you had another bearish close on the daily, so you're likely going to get this daily wick filled as well before even coming back up. So, and then the 4 was broke the low, so we're trying to see if this is the initiation of this big drop we're going to get. And if it is, we should get some flyers really. Stops, I mean, you could probably just, we'll see how price prints when we go risk free. I think we're coming into profit now. No, not yet. We're around the break even, guys. You're around the break even mark, so if you don't like the trade, then get out, because we're around the break even. Okay, because what we might get now is we might get an hour close below, and then what you might get is a pull back top wick, so more drawdown, and then drive. Okay, that's what we could get. Or what we want to see, which we haven't had yet, is this hour break close. We did close bearish, but there is a minor support there, so that's what I'm saying. I want to just rule this out. But because the 4 hours broke the low, it should close bearish this, because the 4 hour has done its top wick. It's done a top wick. What it only needs to do that big of a top wick. However, it could do a steeper top wick, but it only needs to do what it's already done. But Forex, anything can happen. Going to watch this on the hour. Might take a couple of hours to get down. Why are these on the left side now? Settings, style, visibility. How do you move these to the left side again? Line, stock colours, text. Price and compact stats. Oh, sure. Weird that. Pull back from this area with strong weight, most likely. Strong buys. Yeah. Well, that's what. Well, I say caught us out yesterday, Deepak. We had a trade on this yesterday. So we got in. Let's go over yesterday's trade actually. So I think we got in on this 15, didn't we? So we entered like here. We entered here. Now the only thing we didn't like was the 4 hour at close respecting. What the hell, now it's on this side. And our stops were actually above this high. Like that. However, we closed out. Where did we close out? Was it the hour we closed out? No, it wasn't the hour. It was. It might have been this. Yeah, what we done is when we got this 30-minute close, we had a pullback. We moved stops to the high of that because we knew if price breaks that, you're going to drive up to fill the range. And to be honest, I thought we were going to get stopped out. But what it done is, didn't even break the highs of this. Turned, came all the way down, and hit our targets fantastically. That was our target like that. So it played out in the end, and my first loss on stream was exactly the same. I'd closed out early, and it came up, just missed stops, and then bombed through the floor. So this is the thing with Forex. It's the time you don't close out there and think, oh, okay, the last 2 times it played out, so I'm gonna let this one run. The times it doesn't play out there, you don't close out, is the time it hits your stops. So it is what it is. I know a few people stayed in it, and I think was it you, Vin? You got out of break even, didn't you? Someone made some profit on it. All we want to see, guys, is a 1 hour bearish close. That's it. 1 hour bearish close. Ideally below this mess here. This might be sort of a long stream where we're just watching it. I don't want to go down to lower time frames because I know you'll start going crazy watching price. So this simple, keep it simple, stupid. Hour time frames. The 4 was broke. You can even watch off the 4. The 4's broke out. The 4 technically should be coming down to at least 2029, unless you're coming for the steeper top wick. That's the only issue. Because now we've broke the low, so it can do. But if it does come for a steeper top wick, it shouldn't really be breaking these highs really. If it does, and the forward closes like, let's say like that, or even like that, the new 4 is likely going to come back down to get you out. Well, you'd be getting out on the pullback basically before driving. I can't really see this 4 driving straight through to stops. I might be wrong, I can do because Forex, but probably going to get something like this where the 4 close bullish. Yeah, then you'll get a pullback, but you'll know to get out from this 4, you see. But we want to catch this move. The aim is to catch this move. This one big power through here. That is it. We've already done it here, so are we going to do it again? That's the question. Got lines all over here. So we're stalling a bit. It's because the hour, if you look at the hour's had a big pushing candle. And now it'll be the same as the 30, where you'll get a 30 wick and then you'll get a wick to fill. So it'll be the same with the hour. You'll get an hour bearish close. The hour will pull back a tad and it'll give us a wick to fill. Okay. So remember, there might be more drawdown with the hour and the new hour. Okay. You might even get something like this where the hour closes here and the new hour you get a small hour, and then you might come back up to 2035 before then coming down. So we could get that also. It's a 15 doing. Okay, that's a nice 15 close. I'm just worried about this going risk-free here. I sort of want to go risk-free here, but you might miss the move because you might get stopped out on the 5. It's only 5 pips difference. No top wick on this 15 here. You get a 5 close, 5 bearish close. Guys, it's up to you whether you go risk-free at 2031. The issue you might get is you might come down, tap it, you go risk-free and see where price bounces in between. But it is an area where you reject from quite strongly, so it's like a sort of... I'd have to see what the 15's doing. I don't like the no top wick here. Might be a case of seeing how this 15 closed. If the 15 closed below, then maybe not go risk-free here. But if it closes respecting, then yes, go risk-free, if that makes sense. So it'll probably be on my call with a risk-free. Come on, baby, get down. Can we power through? Nice big push. Because if we come and tap 2030, definitely go risk-free at that point. I don't know whether I'd take partial. What is this? 15, yeah, probably take 50%, you know, see if we can get through. But it's on this 15, really. We don't want this 15 to flip to the upside, but there's no top wick on it. It broke the lows again on the 5. Can this 5 close bearish like this? It'd be a fantastic bearish close on the 5. My spread is awful. So again, guys, if you don't like it, you should either be in some profit or break even. You know, close out if you don't like it. Because remember the 4, we need the 4 to see. If the 4 does come back down, it's probably going to give a steeper bottom wick. Then you're likely going to tap 2029. Okay, so that's what we're trying to aim for. See if this 4 doesn't flip to the upside and gives a steeper bottom wick. And what's going to tell us it's going to do that? The hour. If the hour closes below, you're likely then going to come and tap 2029. 15's driving nice. See if we can get this 15 closed below, that'd be fantastic. Tilbrook, we need to clear this little area on the 5. One minute for a 5-minute close. Because remember, this could just be another bottom to come back up. So I think we will probably go risk free at 2030. I think that's what we'll probably do. You're likely going to tap that. It's just these areas here what I don't like. But you're probably going to get stopped down, even if you drive. So nice 5 close. So as long as this 5 doesn't close back in, you've got no top wick on this 5 or this 5. So it means, is this 15 going to flip to the upside, or are you going to drive on this 15? Strength's nice. USD's 51.6 and still going up. Because the hour's closing in 10 minutes, remember. So is the hour going to leave as a bottom wick? We ideally want this hour now. The thing with this hour, right, you either want to close in below this, or you want to pull in right back but close in bearish. Because then what that means is the candles have to come down to this level. So it means the next hour is then going to come down to this level. Whereas if it closes respecting, that means it could just clearly bounce from it, and then you get a bullish close. Yeah. So we either want an hour close below, or we need it to pull really far back but still close bearish. So 2 things we want, really. I know you don't want more drawdown, but sometimes you've got to understand you need to go into drawdown in order to drive further. Because if you get an hour close below, you're more likely then to come and tap 2030. We are in a trade, Farhan. We're on break even, to be honest with you. So it's up to yourself what you do. We're in here. Oh, this is where we're getting a double bottom on a 5. Ooh, can we get back down to 2030? I haven't got much bottom wicks on these 2, mine. I'm just going off the hour here, guys. We just need an hour close below, or just a bearish hour close. To be honest, when you get an hour close respecting, you can either really reject, but you're probably going to need to come and break the lows again like these did. But this hour had closed respecting, right? And this one had already been down here. So, and the next hour didn't do much. Pulled back to 2033. And then flipped bearish. And then that one closed below. And then you came down. So, bear in mind, if you look at this, we could actually take another 2 hours to get down. It's not what we want, is it, Dan? It's not what we want, mate.
It's not.
It's not.
Not at all.
We want this hour to pull back, really. Not close respecting 2032. We need a gap. I think it is pulling back now, isn't it? Yeah. So we need a gap really between 2032.10 and a bearish 1 hour close. That's ideally what we want. Ooh. God. Stops, mate. Stops are 2040. If you want to be really safe, then go above 2044. But if you break above that, you're powering up. This is quite a strong zone, really. Is this the breakout? That's the question. Is this the breakout to come back down? I mean, put your line chart on. You've got a double top there as well, if you're into all that type of stuff. Double top to come back down. So are we saying, do we need to come back down first before coming up, if we want to carry on coming up? And if so, how far are we coming to? Are we coming to that 2027 level?
2020.
2020? Ooh, do you think? Ooh, damn.
All the way back down to 2020, then back up to 2036. And then it'll probably come back down to 2020 before it decides where it's...
You're naughty, you. You're naughty. You're naughty. I hope so.
It's been ranging like this. I think the last time it did that, it did it 5 times before it shot up.
Yeah, well, if you look at this, so it came out the bottom, so it's picked up liquidity, but it looks like it's run out of steam to carry on pushing up. So it's had to build up some liquidity by consolidating, but now it's come out the bottom.
Yeah.
So is basically, are we going to drive from here now, or do we need to build up some candles to come out from the bottom, and then go like this one did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's the case, our entry's not bad really. So if that's the case, are we going to come back down? Do we need to come back down? And if we come back down, we've got some levels here at 2032 where we're going to take partial move to break even anyway. You've got another level here at 2032, which is quite a significant level. So basically they all come to at least 2030.48 where our take partial move to break even is. But the only thing is, we have already tapped it. But you do seem to tap it a few times before, so unless we're getting something like this where we come back up, but still you come back to break even on that anyway. So let's see what this hour does. I ideally want an hour close below. Bear in mind these close below and still bombed up, but when you get that hour close below, it means then you're more likely to come and tap 2030.48. I'm freezing it. Radiator eating them. So that's what we're after, but I mean, this is a clean range through here, believe it or not, all the way down to 2025. It's lovely and clean all the way down. Look at these. But it's just whether we're gonna catch the move. That's it. Straight through, straight through. One minute for an hour close. What's the new hour going to do? What we sort of want it to do is we want it to create a top wick first and then flip to the downside. Really, that's what we want to do. I'm just thinking, could we get a wing back from somewhere? Could we get a wing back from... Would we be interested in a wing back? Wing backs would probably be 2036. If you close respect and you come back up and then you come back down. So potentially wing back sell from 2036, but at that point, yeah, if the hour's going to do that. So you've now had a bearish close on the 1 hour. So that's a good sign for the 4. The 4's going into the last hour now. So technically what should happen really, if the 4 wants to drive and push further down, it's probably going to do it with this next hour. Now, if we get a pullback on the hour, that means the 4 hour is flipping to the upside. And if the our get out here on this is if the 4 hour closes above here, that's when I'll just be looking to get out. On a pullback, we'll look to get out. But everything's looking good really now with this hour close. It's just all we want from this hour. We want a top wick. You haven't really filled the range as well, which is nice. So we want a top wick, and then we want this hour to flip to the downside and give us a wick fill. Okay. Yeah. Can we drive? Can we drive? $15 close. I'm gonna go put the heat on, guys. 2 seconds. No, I'm not. Putting a jumper on. I'm being a man. Putting a jumper on. Okay, can we get back down? I mean, the hour's closed nice there for us. But it is an area where you can strongly reject from. Can this 4 drive for us? Is there enough liquidity to drive? That is the question. Oh. But remember what I said, guys, is so this hour closed in a similar area, yeah, and give us a bottom wick. And it actually took 2 hours to get through the wick. I'm not saying we're going to get that, but I'm saying that's what could happen as well. Why? Because previous data shows us that that's what could happen. So we might get top wick, pulling back to 2033, and then the hour flips and that hour close below, and then the next hour drives through. We could get that as well. Okay. So if we're not driving, that could be the reason why we might not drive. But to be honest, if it's not done by 10, I'll probably be leaving. I've got to go out today, so it'll be a case of just leaving it on, and leaving you with it. Oh, excuse me. Because the hour hasn't had much of a top wick yet. The hour can come up to 2033. Yeah, it is a strong area though, guys, where you can actually come back up. I am going to take another entry at 2035 though, because even if you want to drive up, apart from these ones, but I think this was, no, it wasn't news. Don't like this, but even if you want to drive up, you tap, you've got to come back down. See what I mean? Comes back down. So I would be looking at a second entry at 2036 to come back down, even if you want to drive up. Tappage. That's another strong roll. We need to get out of these ranges, really. We need to get down on the weekly, or even get the monthly back into the lower ranges. That's what we need. Yeah, so we could be getting something like this as well. There's another one. You wick down. Yeah, you didn't actually fill the wick. You closed bullish, came back up. Second entry coming back down. So let's see. Don't do what you need to do, guys. It might not just drive. It might just mess about for a bit. It's in a mess abouty range, isn't it? God, I'm freezing. What are you doing this weekend, Dana? Out? Playing with your chickens?
Yeah, I'm moving a greenhouse, so leveling the new floor and put loads of paving slabs down as well.
How old are you, Dan?
What?
How old are you?
Old, too old.
How old are you though, really?
39.
Oh yeah. I just image you like in an allotment, and like, have you got an allotment?
I used to have one.
Did you? I just image you in the allotment with your tea and biscuits, just pottering about in the allotment all day. Glad. I think it's all simple, happy life, isn't it? You know, just chilling, and I need to slow down, me. I need to. I'm always thinking, me. That's my issue. I'm trying to live in the moment. Do you know what I mean? Trying to live in the now, as they say. I'm reading that book, Live in the Now, at the minute. Just because before you know it, mate, time just goes, doesn't it?
It does. Well, it's already Friday. I thought it was like Thursday.
Yeah.
So I'm already like missing days.
Yeah.
But yeah, time goes far too quick. So, well, that's it. I mean, I had a bit of a rough breakup a few years ago, so I ended up moving back in with my mother.
Yeah.
And I was just like mental health and all of that sort of stuff. I was working in call centres and things like that, so I was
always around it.
Oh, I was going through a bit of depression, and I lost all joy for living my life.
Yeah.
And I was about 32, 33-ish. So I went to South Africa for 3 months. And worked on a permaculture farm, which is just a bit of land, learning to live self-sufficient and growing own veg, looking after animals.
Yeah, that's mint.
And it was massive eye-opener.
Yeah.
There's more to life than, being stuck in a building.
Yeah.
And working until you're 60, 70, 80, and then having no drive at that point to do anything that you wanted to do in your life.
Yeah.
So, you know, looking for that change where I can look for like an early retirement.
Yeah.
And I would love nothing more than just to find a nice bit of land somewhere, build a house, live
Mate,
off the land.
that's exactly how I want to be. A land, yeah. Built. Even have you seen some of these container houses?
Oh, I.
Unreal.
And
Some of them are amazing.
yeah.
Like container house, but that's what people are starting to do. Have you seen it? They're getting community, the bit because they're sick of the government, sick of
Yeah.
all the rules. What they're doing is a group of couples, if you like, let's say 10 people. They put their money together because what it is, buying property is so difficult unless you've got the cash. It's only the rich
Yeah.
who can buy at the minute. Mortgages are mortgages is just bad deals. I think they're stupid. It don't make sense at the moment.
Yeah.
But a group of couples, let's say 10 couples, are getting together, putting the finances together to buy a bit of land, decent sized land, yeah, and they're putting containers on. They're living out the containers, but I'm not on about hillbillies as in rednecks and scruffy, you know, like the container houses are unreal. They're unreal.
And they look like luxury
Yeah,
as well. I mean, you
it's
pay
something you
like
can rent out on Airbnb.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? But what they're doing
like
is
a brand.
they're being self-sufficient, so it's proven you can get free energy. Yeah, everyone could get free energy. Really, it's proven, right? There's loads of ways to do it. So you can get free energy. They're getting free water, the free heating. They're basically everything's self-sufficient. They've got animals. They're growing their own food. However, if they still want to pop back into society, they can do. They just jump in the car and bloody go shopping, Aldi or Asda
Yeah.
or wherever. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is it. You can live self-sufficiently and still have a level of luxury. You
Yeah.
don't have to, you know, be living on the bones of your arse
Yeah.
and in squalor to live like that. So, no, I would love just like a log cabin.
Oh, mate.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, I know. I would.
Uh,
Need Wi-Fi though.
but that's it. You can have that sort of stuff as well.
Starlink
Like
and that.
you have to be completely. You can be off grid, but not off grid. Off grid.
Yeah.
Like I say, internet, doing something like this for making money.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to talk to anybody. I can just do the trading
Yeah.
morning, and then I can talk to my animals. Or,
Yeah.
you know, I don't need it for social media and things like that. But,
Yeah.
you know, for online banking and trading, making the funds.
I
And just
think more and more people need to do that because we have lost that what's the word, community pride, if you like. You don't get them street parties anymore. You know, it's just Britain is not great anymore. It's not great Britain.
I think we've been divided. I think it's just been a ploy for many years now to divide with to conquer. You know, we are the ones that have the power, and that's what people forget.
Yeah, we do, but
We
it's the system's so they've made it like where it's really difficult. You are?
we've allowed it. We've allowed it to get to this point.
Yeah.
When I was young, I remember, you know, people picketing and things like that, and
Yeah.
creating signs and stuff like that to go and demonstrate and things like that. So, you know, you don't really see that much anymore. Not to the extent that it was when I was a kid, but it's another thing as well. It's just like I say, we've been sort of divided. It's not about, you know, look at your neighbour next door and what can you both do to help each other out. Now look at your neighbour next door and be like, oh, you know, what have they got that I haven't got?
Yeah.
And it's that sort of environment we're breeding now. So, you know, be wary of your neighbour.
Yeah, that's what it's like, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's not the way to go, and that's not how it should be. because like I say, I live on a street now, like we're away from an estate, so we're across the main road from an estate, farmers' fields, and there's woodland, and there's probably a row of about 10 houses.
Yeah.
And that's it. So not many people venture this way towards us, but what I can grow in the garden could feed the street.
Yeah.
Veg-wise, so and we make food for each other, and things like that. Share desserts.
Make sure you're declaring it though with a tax man. That's another thing I hate. It does my head in. Like, I mean, let's say you wanted to make a few extra bob selling your vegetables to the street. People come up, I can have some potatoes, quid or whatever. Like the government, they're proper clamping down on side hustles, aren't they?
Yeah.
Proper clamping down. But the thing is though, I don't mind it if we lived in a society where the side hustles were extra cash as a bonus. But the issue, we live in a society now where people are doing side hustles not just to make extra cash, but literally just to survive because they have to.
Yeah.
So how can you then jump all over them when they're literally doing it just to survive? Like, it's just disgusting.
But I mean, you look at Forex, and the tax you have to pay on this. The sort of the legwork you have to do to try and get around that. Just nuts. It's like I say, it's not just this; it's in everything. Everything is taxed.
Guys, so sorry to cut across down. We've got a 15-minute close. Lovely 15-minute close. Now, this is where we're either going to drive or we're just going to create another bottom to come back up. So I am going to go risk-free once we tap 2030, and I am going to take 50% out. The reason why it's 50% because we have got a chance to get flyers here. So it's up to you guys what you take. Okay. But can we get down? Can we get down to 2030.49? That is the question. When I say 2030.49, you do tend to tap this. Because remember, this is the 4 now flipping back to the downside. So it's whether the 4 can create a steeper bottom wick. And if it's going to create a steeper bottom wick, how far is it going to go? Is it just going to tap these levels and then reject? Or are we going to push to the next zone at 2029? We will see. But again, if you don't like the trade, you're in profit, get out. Okay. What I don't want to see now though is closures back above 2032, because then that shows that we're probably getting a double bottom now to come back up. Exactly what happened yesterday. Double bottom to come back up. That's what we don't want. Bear in mind, everything is more in our favour now because the hours closed bearish. The 4 hour is bearish and broke the lows. So everything is in our favour to come back down. But it's just a case of whether we need to come back up first or not. We will see. I do prefer the hour. Because the hour hasn't technically broke out actually. It's broke below this. Yeah, but it hasn't filled the range. So is this hour going to close respecting? And then the new hour is going to bomb back up. This is the thing we don't know. Or we're going to power through. Because we know this new hour can just mess about. It doesn't drive on this hour. It's the next one what drives down. But we'll see. We will see, guys. We will see. But everything's looking good so far. Just whether we can get down to that level.
Big drivers.
Big to 8 pips. Yeah, but mate, having a bit of land, living off that would be unreal. Unreal.
I can't with anything else. And that would be a dream for me. I say if I can get somewhere where, you know, I don't want anything massive either, just, you know, an acre or 2 acres. And then you can live on an acre and you can grow food and have, you know, like food forests, food trees and things like that.
Yeah.
All on an acre. And then it's just pigs that can go and forage.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There is some good river. Like I say, you can have your solar panels for electricity that way. You can have then hydroelectric the river.
Yeah. Salmon coming up in the winter. Ooh. That would be nice.
Also, you know, it would be. There's so many different things you can do. You can have natural plunge pools.
Yeah.
For swimming in. But it's where to buy land. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the UK? The UK is ridiculously expensive.
Well, this is it. I mean, you can get land in Scotland fairly cheap as well, but the bloody weather. I like the sun, mate.
So, you know, would you look somewhere like France, Spain?
Man. I've actually got a mate who bought a house in France with loads of land, and he got it for cheap as out, mate. He done it all up in that. He's loving it over there.
I've been looking for years for land, and I've found loads that are way out of my price range.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it was a few years ago I found something for 26.5 grand.
Yeah.
And then 4.5 hectares.
Mad.
Which is freaking enormous. And that was land with planning permission and an old it was an old Stella Artois bar.
Ooh.
So it was like an L-shaped building.
Yeah.
With like a few little sort of barns and things like that, so it made it look like a courtyard.
So we just call it a chateau?
Oh, it was stunning, mate. Long sides, and you know the old Stella Artois signs.
Yeah.
From like on the outside of the wall. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. But loads of land as well. I was money to buy it now.
Isn't it weird though? We do go through. I mean, this is probably everyone really. We go through. All of us go through our life like always thinking, I want this, I want that, I want this, but you don't know why. Like, once we get it as well, we're then, like, now I want this, now I want that. And again, you don't know why. So it's like, this is why what I'm learning about now, is about living in the now.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you always chase, even like successful rich people, they're always wanting more. Like, what do we normally think of? What do we think of the most? Things we've got, or things what we haven't got but want? We think about things more than what we want, don't we? Than what we've got.
Yeah, and what we haven't got.
Yeah.
So it's this consumeristic lifestyle that we've been sort of conditioned into.
That's what it is.
So it's always there's always something else that you can buy with your money. So work hard and work long hours so you can afford all those things that you want.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know, and it's what is it? Planned obsolescence or something like that, where you know things aren't made to last anymore either. So you can buy something now, and then 6 months down the line, a new model comes out.
Yeah.
And yours breaks.
Yeah.
So
like Samsung's, where you get a new phone, they change the chargers as well. So all your chargers in your house now don't fit. They've now changed the wires. But yeah, with phones, there's always something new to buy, isn't there?
But this is it. It's everything. It's, you know, all our electronic devices and stuff like that. So, and there's not many places that, you know, repair old stuff.
Yeah.
For people, which I think is something that needs to change as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, which I think probably will, if things keep going the way that they're going. People will start to realise that they can't afford to keep, you know, getting the new latest model of something, or
yeah,
you know, things need to be designed to last for longer than 10 minutes.
I do think what we are missing as well is that local business support as well. That's what we've massively. Amazon's killed the local businesses.
100%.
Killed it because we're lazy. We're a lazy society. We can get things the next day.
Yeah.
From anywhere in the world, really, and Amazon's killed that local businesses. But for me, we need to stop putting money in the rich pocket and start bringing it back to local. You should always buy local if you can. Go out your way to buy local if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I have got an idea for that as well, but I can't say it on here. Honestly, mate.
It's the same for, for food and things like that.
Yeah.
Go local.
Yeah. Okay, that's what's happening here. So we've got a 30-minute close in 4 minutes. Okay, so what do we want to see from this 30? We just need a bearish close, really, on the 30. Doesn't even really need to. What do we need to see? We don't want a bullish close. We just want a bearish close. We're still struggling with this area to drive through. Why are we not driving through here? Might mean we might need to come back up. The hour hasn't given us a steep top wick. Like, we haven't even tapped 2033. So I'd imagine you're probably going to come and tap 2033 before coming back down, which would make sense with the 15 pushing back up. Look at the 15. So if the 15 closes back in, it means we might be coming back up to that 2033 level, which is the hour top wick, to go. So knowing that, guys, it's up to you what you do, whether you hold or whether you get out a break even and then look for a closure back below 2031 or 2032. Okay, I'm holding out. I'm more off the 4 hour, me, so the 4 hour can mess about until the 4 hour closes above. The 4 hours should be coming back down, so I'm more off the 4 hour. Plus, you've had a 1 hour bearish close. You haven't broke this low though. This is the only thing. This is quite a strong area here. Okay. But I do understand we probably need a top wick. But it's whether you want to go into drawdown. Yeah. That's what you've not got to understand. What's a 30 doing? Let's see what the 30 does anyway. You get a 30 close again, you're probably going to get another wick fill. But remember, why we're not driving, this one didn't drive until an hour later. Okay, so as long as we get an hour bearish close again, we should be good with a new hour to come back down. And what's going to tell us if we're going to get an hour's bearish close? Well, the 30. But then again, the 30 could close bullish and then the next 30 close bearish, so it wouldn't make a difference. But we'll see. Two minutes for 30 close. Yeah, these 30s. Look, you come back up here. Close. Yeah, we really need to break that area, really. Means the new 30 can just bounce up. And if it's going to drive, guys, probably going to drive this next 15. So if you are getting out, then you want to be getting out on this 15. Okay. There's a 30 who are close and then drove through. It's 30 closed. Are you going to come back? This is what we don't want this, because that would stop us. Let's have a look what happens when you get a 30. So one of the 30 close below you, that would have been better. So we've got a doji close there, so it means the next 30 is likely going to be bullish. So the hour's still bearish. So we haven't had a bullish close yet on the hour. So is this hour going to end up being bullish? And if it does, what does that mean? Are we going to get this back up, bullish hour close, and then we come through? There's a top wick on the 30. Can we drive for this next 30? Because is this what we're seeing? So 30's close respecting. We come back up. We come back up. Come back down. This one drove through. So we didn't quite come down to that area though. Can we get down? I don't like the 15 close. The 15's closed back in. Do we close and wait for a close back below? What time are we on? 30. I need to be done by 10 ideally, guys. See, are we just getting this here? Again, we're off the 4 hour, aren't we? So it's the 4 hour. How's the 4 hour? So the 4 hour's got 30 minutes left on it. Now, the 30's saying that the 30 could actually pull all the way back. That means the 4 would close bullish, right? But this 4's broke out, so this 4 shouldn't be closing bullish, really. Or if it does, it closes nest play. So what I mean by nest play, it means the 4's broke below here. 4's closed below there. If the 30 does want to close bullish, it means this 4, we need this 4 to close like that, really. And then we're still good to come down. The next 4 should then come back down. We don't want this 4 closing bullish. Which the 30's shown us it. The 30's shown us it is sort of struggling to break the lows, but the hour's shown us that we're still bearish. So I'm still just holding out here, guys, really. I want it to be done before. I don't like coming off the stream when I've got an open trade. But we are likely going to come back up though, guys, for the top wick. We'll see. Because the 15's closed back in. So we did break the lows. What's the 30 done now? Yeah, they close bullish. Yeah, this 15's likely going to come back. What are you doing, 15? What are you doing? So it's sort of different to yesterday's trade. You're getting a double bottom, and then 115 powers away, so you don't get a chance to get out, right? But the difference is the 4 hours broke below. That's it. That's the difference. Plus the hour is actually closed bearish as well. I know we did get an hour break below the lows and then one big power, but this hour hasn't closed below this. So is this the area where we're going to be respecting? Do we need to break this again? Which I do think we do need to break this again. I think we need to come down on the candles. 2030 2. So if we are going to come back up, I can see something like this. And then we'll get one candle coming back up. And that'll be the new 4 hour potentially. So if that's the case, then I would imagine this 4 hour comes down to tap it again at 2030. But we have been down there on the wick, so it's whether we We could even come further because you're probably going to want to push past this wick. So that would be the 2029. So I'm holding out, me guys. I'm holding out, and I'm looking at a wing back sell for me, because if we are going to reject from here, okay, and we are going to start pushing back up, you likely tap this area, you pull back, even if you want to drive up. Okay, you don't just drive straight away. So I will be taking another entry here to come back down. And your break even point, at that point you'll have a good advantage, because let's say this is now a prominent support. Yeah, even if you want to drive up, you've got to come to at least to test this if you want to drive up. So at that point that'll be your break even for both trades, so whether you want to risk that or not. Okay, but I do believe you should be tapping this again before coming up. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Markets have been weird lately. We'll see. We will see. Good morning, Kyra. But you're not far from, I mean, break even. So if you did want to get out, guys, you can get out. If you don't like it. I sort of wanted, see what you want really is you want the top wick first on the hour, and then you flip to the downside. That's what you want. You don't want a bottom wick first and then come back up. What's the news today? Monday, what time are we? Friday, aren't we? No, there's no news today either. Okay, so he's the top wick now for that hour. There's got 22 minutes left of this hour. I mean, that would have been a lovely entry here. Right here, come down. So what's the daily done? The daily hasn't given us a wick fill yet, has it? I mean, look at that daily, really. The daily hasn't. The daily's broke out as well to the downside, so the daily should be coming to fill 2031, as in the candles. It's tapped that area, but as in the candles closing. Yeah, you broke below this minor as well, so you should be coming down really. If you break above that daily candle, you're then looking to push to the highs at 2045. So I'm not interested at that point. 2040, 25.03. Can this 4 flip? 21 minutes. So if this 4 closes like this, we're still good. That means you've got a nest play on the 4. Because it means the 4's closing respecting, still in this minor range, this lower range. So the next 4 then should create a top wick and then flip and drive to the downside. Okay. Now the sign to get out of this trade would be a forward close above. However, this wing back sell would still be on to come back down, and that would be my second entry. That would be the one to get me out of the trade, if you like. Because if you look at the 4s, if the 4 closes bullish back above here, yeah, you tap and you come all the way back down to, I would take partial move to break me on the first one. Even if you close bullish back above, the new 4 opens up, pulls back first. Yeah, but let's say we're on this forward closes above up here, the new 4 pulls back to 2032. We just got to make sure we don't push up first. That's the only issue. But I believe this was news. 2 o'clock Wednesday. Yeah, would have been news. See what this hour does, guys. This hour's going to be fairly interesting. We're back in a second. We sort of want this hour closing bearish, right? That's what we ideally want. Absolutely freezing. So he's got a nice top wick now, mind. Strength changed on the Can this 30 flip? That's the question. Can this 30 flip? Like I say, guys, it might not play out until the new 4 yet, so we've still got 16 minutes. Okay. So we've just got to wait to do what you need to do. Go and make yourself a brew. Ooh. Okay, what's happening here? What's happening here? So the hours flipped. Ooh, that is flipping. 15, oh no, new 15, that's what it is. New 15, pulling back. No top wick, mind. So what's this 15? If you get another 15 close back below you, we should be good to push past at that point. But it's whether it does that. It's more on the hour really, guys. We just need an hour bearish close. That's it. That's all we need. But again, this might give you another opportunity if you don't like it. Oh, can we get down? Are we going to drive now? Awesome. 5 minutes for an hour close, guys. Did we spike down there? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, so if we get this hour close like this, what are we more looking like? We're more looking like this, aren't we? So it means, can the next hour then just power down? It's a nice close this, guys, if we get an hour close like this. Lovely close, lovely close. Okay. Okay. So, now that we've had an hour close like this, does that mean we can actually tap 2029? It's more likely we're going to tap 2029. we're even closing. Bloody hell, how big are them lines? We're even closing below this level. I'm still going to take some partial at 2030. So are we going to get a top wick first before driving down, or because it's a new 4, remember, or is the new 4 going to pop down? Okay, stand by, guys. I'm going to be taking 50%. If we come down with no top wick, I'm going to take 75%. Reason being, yeah, exactly. It's going to probably come back up. Can we power down? Nice 15 claws. I mean, the 15s do show that can actually power through to 2029. We need to break this low here, really. What time are we on? 10 o'clock? I've got to really get ready here. Come on, baby, get down. Can this 5 just come down, tap? Come on, baby. No top wick, remember. So we're either going to power straight through this area, 2030, and pop straight to 2029. But I've got to go. So if it does pop down, I'll probably close out full. But we'll see how much it pops. But we've had a lovely hour close there now, guys. So another bearish close. So we should be coming down, really. It should be fine. So we're nearly there. Nearly there. We are nearly there.
Little top wick.
Yeah, little top wick.
Drive.
Yeah. Get down there. One. Alright, so we've had a new hour. The new hour's getting a top wick now. Can this new hour flip? And it's just a case of this flipping and driving, like. So whether it's going to drive though, because it's not driving, is it?
It's not.
So what's this for? Doing he's a top wick for the 4 here. I might have to leave this with you. But here's the thing with the 4, right? The steeper the top wick, the more you take partial could be further down. That makes sense. Because the steeper the top wick, the more liquidity it's picking up in order to drive and power through this area. So that's the thing. Because we're moving fairly slow, that's why I'm taking partial move to break even at 2030. But if we come up and break the highs at maybe 2032 on this 4, then you're more likely you're going to come straight through to 2029. So do you just take partial there? So it's all trick. I might have to leave this with you, so guys. But we're still looking good. You think the 4 hours close below now. I'm not looking to get out unless I get a forward close back above. Yeah, really. So it's another 4 hours. You've got no news today as well. So yeah, we're looking alright, really. And again, our entries at the minute, you're in a good position because even if this hour now, because the hours broke out now, right? So you've had a 4 hour break, a 1 hour break. The daily needs to do its wick fill, okay? If this 1 hour closes back in, and if you think, oh, it's not for me now, because you're likely going to come back up, you're still going to get a bottom wick to come up. Do you know what I mean? So you can get out on that hour. So that's what you can do. But what time are we on? I'll probably, well, I mean, she's getting ready now, so I'll wait until she's ready. So I'll stay on until she's ready, guys. It might be a case of, right, I'm gone. But we're looking good. We're looking.
You can get yourself into trouble.
I know, yeah. Can't be doing that now, can I? I'm just doing a bit of work while we wait. That's the thing, gotta wait.
levels.
Come on, baby.
Bump, bump, bump. Ah.
It heard you. It heard you.
What is it
Right.
doing?
Yeah, we're not driving, are we?
Mm.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is this the drive? Can we pop? Once we break past this way, can we get a little pop pop?
Just a little pop pop. 100 pips. Oh,
Yeah, just a little
Let's
100
go.
pip pop.
let's go.
I mean, we can pop straight down to 2029. I will be going risk free definitely at 2030, but let's have a look at these fives actually. I think it'd be a case of just getting a 5 break below. I'll be going risk free anyway, definitely. Come on, the 5.
And just plowed straight through the area as well. So,
No. Do it, do it.
you're supposed to be driving. What are you doing?
Okay, slow now.
You're going the wrong way. No.
Come on. Come on. Well, what is this? Why do you think this is happening here? So, if we're not driving, it means we probably haven't got much liquidity to do it, so we need a top wick. And remember, this is a new forward candle. So the forward's got to have a top wick. Now, how far can the 4 come? Well, the 4 can come all the way to 2033, really, if you look at these. So, are we going to come and tap 2033 and then flip to the downside? We will see.
I mean, I'll accept it if it goes there.
Yeah.
But no higher than 33.
Now, we haven't broke back into any of the ranges yet. The 15's broke out, the 30's broke out. Actually, the 15 didn't break below this, but the 30 is bearish. The 1 hour is bearish. The 2 is bearish. The 3 is bearish. The 4 is bearish. The daily's bearish. Every time frame is to the downside. Everyone. So if you just look on the higher time frames and you can see, you should be good. You could. I mean, this is a one you could just set and forget. But yes, the 4 might come and give us a steeper top wick. Yeah, I'll be back in a second, guys.
Steep.
How are you gonna power back up? Oh my god. Oh my god. She's not ready yet, guys. She's blow drying her hair. Blow drying her hair.
We've got an hour.
Got an hour.
Hour.
Copy.
Doing anything decent today?
Going for a meal. Going for a nice meal today. That's why I need to get ready.
Yeah.
Nice. But no, other than that, mate, we're just after that, just chill for the weekend, really. Chill fit weekend.
Football tomorrow.
Football tomorrow.
Quietly optimistic.
Yes, I think we should be okay, but we'll see. I hope Anthony Gordon's back though.
I don't think he will be.
I think he has to be, otherwise I will not be happy.
Precautionary, that will keep him out. I think Wilson might be back.
Yeah. He's alright, Wilson, but it's a midfield you need, really.
Yeah. Isaac's gonna miss a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah. He's a big loss as well.
Aye.
I don't think he's hit anywhere near to what he can be.
Neither do I, but he has to stay fit.
I think he's going to be unreal. But yeah, you're right, he has to stay fit, yeah.
And as long as it's not one of these ones where there's, you know, multiple injuries this season, then, because then he'll never get to where he needs to be. He needs a consistent run of things. So I think, you know, if he can have the majority of the season unfazed by injury, then yeah, I reckon he could be looking at 20 plus goals a season easy.
Yeah. I think he's one of the best strikers in the Premier League, maybe.
Now on his day, I said just it's that the Everton game where he just took it round everyone.
Yeah.
Right to the byline and then.
Oh, it was unreal, wasn't it?
Cross for Murphy.
What a skill.
Just twists and turns.
What a skill, man. Look at this hour pushing now. Is this just the break of the low with the candles, like we said could happen? This is it. This is coming out the bottom, guys. Is this what this is? Coming out the bottom to come back up?
No.
No.
Will not come in.
Or is this just a grab from the top for the 4 hour top wick to come back down? Is that what this is? You're back at break even, so if you don't like it, you can get out again. Hold.
And drive. You've pulled back my car, you might as well just keep going. Come on.
Come on.
Tap 33 as well, so that hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully
enough.
that's a top wick for. If you look at the top, look at the 4 now. It's tap where it needs to tap. It's just whether it needs to come further up.
Hopefully not. Spread is shocking.
Yeah, do you know what it was for me this morning, you know? Quite annoying. Good morning, Nate. Sorry, mate, I've been a bit busy, just chilling. Did I catch the trade ID this morning? Which was that the EJ one? What just smashed through? Was that the one what smashed through? All the way. Was it TP2? It smashed through. No, I didn't take it, mate. I've been on stream, but yeah, it was nice. Lovely, it was. Smashing the trade IDs, to be honest with you. We're in a sell. We're in a sell. Down to 2030. Everything's broke the law. It's just a case of when are you going to go? When are you going to leave? Now.
Nobody wants you up here at this height.
So, what's the 15 looking like? So, you just want a 15 close back below at this point. You get a 15 close back below, you should be good. Because this will just be a top wick for the 4 hour to flip and drive. But here's the thing now with the 4. It means, because you've had a top wick, you could potentially push straight through to 2029. Which would be better. We'll have a look on the lower time for. Yeah, the EJ one absolutely smashed it, didn't it? Yeah, it was nice. Guys, I'm just going to get ready. Because Gotta go. I really should have gone now, but I can't leave this when we're in a trade. I don't like to leave this.
Remember to change your clothes off camera though.
Oh yeah, oh shit, yeah. Not like last time, Danny.
I've got that recorded and saved.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to treat my woman to a nice meal.
Where are you going?
Oh, I don't know yet. No, I'll probably go to she loves a place called Catch 22. It's lovely.
Nice. What do they do?
Anything, steaks, fish, a lot. You get really good seafood round here. You get like seafood platters, mate. Are like unbelievable.
Like pork and pork.
Yeah. No, when I'm talking about seafood platter, I'm on about everything on there. Squid, a lot. Tell me if it goes down, Dan.
No, it's dead.
Tell me if it goes down.
It is not. Just messing.
Messing about, we're not driving, are we?
Teasing. Teasing.
And for scent, we'll have. We've seen them on Instagram where they go on for where the blokes are getting dressed. And for scent, we'll have.
Come on, man.
Come on, mate.
Like, I think it's just waiting for us to get sick of it and come out.
Yeah.
And then it's going to drive. And then I'll be raging. Are you not getting any drivers, Pete?
I know, I don't know. The market's been weird lately though, haven't they? Don't you think? It's just cycles, man. I mean, August, right? The month of August, you can sort of supercharge your accounts. Yeah.
Well, that's far away.
I know. So, January has been sort of what Januaries are normally like. But January was pretty decent. I mean, we had 100% month in January. However, we didn't take many trades. Okay. And then February's sort of similar, really. Similar until you start coming out. So we're probably going to get the same as January, but we'll see. We will see. I mean, we're not driving back up, which is a good sign. How's the 15 closed? So the 15 hasn't closed yet. Because if you with this trade, you can sort of go off the higher time frame. If you look at the daily, if you think about with the daily, you're bearish. You need to come and fill the wick. Yeah, you broke all the lows, as in you broke in the next range. Sorry, so you should be coming down to at least 2027 really on the daily, without breaking the high, because it doesn't need a steeper top wick, because this one's created one, yeah, and then this one had created one. So you shouldn't be breaking this daily high, really. So this could be a case of you sort of leave it on, you walk away from the chart, you set and forget it, because you shouldn't be breaking them highs. If you do, then that's the daily flip, and you're likely then going to be coming back up to 2054 levels. However, that would be the weekly flipping. That's the only thing what it sort of catches out with the weekly flipping to the upside, which we don't want. But we know the monthly has already done its top wick, so it's more likely going to push down because the monthly has already done its top wick and it's flipped to the downside. So the story on a higher time frame, we're coming down, but obviously we're not driving. But sometimes it does that. Sometimes it'll mess about and then it'll just pop. So.
Well, if it wants to tell its story from down at 2020 levels, I'll listen.
To be honest, we could actually be seeing 20 levels because, well, the daily, you're probably going to get a wick fill. So, and it's tap 2020 there. So it's whether you're going to tap 2020 and drive past it or not. You might not drive past it, but you should be coming down to at least test it. So at least that's why our target really is the 2024. Because this daily is likely going to fill the majority of the wick at least, and around the 2024 levels we have got some resistance here on the daily. So
I mean, I'd even take 2024 at this point. That's fine. That is fine. That's just enough of a driver for us to catch it and be like, yeah, I got this, it's fine. Yeah. Tomorrow is another day.
I mean, I am debating whether to just stop loss TP down in 2025 or even 2027. Where's 2027? Where's 2027? yeah, people smashed. People proper took that EJ. $30 for an hour close. Now, we ideally want this hour respecting, well, these levels really. 2032.18. I'm done now really. I'll just come off now. I'm still in a trade, but what? Alright, I'll speak to you in a minute. I'll speak to you in a minute. Come on, get down. What's the 15 done? Oh, the 15's closed, hasn't it? Okay, so the 15's closed. Yeah, that's actually, it's closed back below. So the 15's closed back below this mess. But there is another little 15 area, which is this 2031. So if, well, not really, no. 15's closed back in. Let's mark this up a bit thicker. So we broke below, we've come back out, and when the 15's come back in. So does that mean we're going to get a bullish close on the 15? That would be the hour closing respecting. And then the new hour comes through. Is that what we're going to get? Okay. Okay. Let's see on this 15. You got no top wick on this 15 though, so you might come up the top wick. The thing with this trade, guys, even if you come into drawdown, it can still play out on the next 4 hour. So it means even if this 4 hour closes back in here, yeah, the new 4 is likely going to come back down anyway to then flip to the upside. So it should still play out, even just whether it plays out between now or the next 4 hour. Don't know. Is this 15 gonna flip to the downside? What did the 30 do? Oh, the 30's still up here, isn't it? We need a 30 close back below now. If you get the 30 close below, you can still push up, to be fair, on the 30. What do we want to see on the hour? See, we're going off the 4 hour. See what this hour does. See if the next hour can drive. I want to see if you get a break below and then break back up. What happens? I mean, you get a break respecting, sorry, close respecting, then a bullish close, and then you come through. Break below, and then you got a bullish close above, and then the new hour came all the way back down and tapped 2030. So even if you get an hour close up there, the next hour can still come back down. What's this one? Hour close back above. This second entry though, because what I'd be interested in 2036, your stops would have to be above here at that point. In case you power through, but you should get that pullback anyway first. You'd be looking to get out at that point anyway. Hour break below. It's all at 2030. Everything stops at 2030. I'm surprised that hasn't come back down yet. It will do, but it's just when. So here's another one, guys. You got an hour closed below, new hour closed back above, and then the new hour came through. This one, oh, this one didn't really work. Closed below, but I mean, look where the price had been all the way down in 2027. So do we need to come down to 2027 to come all the way back up to 8 hour stops? Hour close below, back in, and then up. Let's see where our stops are here. What's this one? It stops in a good place really. It's off the daily, isn't it? That's why. But if we do come back up, I am looking at this. That's what I'm looking at. Still to come down these levels, but what I'll be doing, this is where you can decide whether you're getting out. Your break even point would be around 2023, which is the previous support. So around these levels, that would be like your break even. So if you wanted to get out, you should be coming back to there at least to get out of break even. But what tends to happen, you pull back, you break below, you pull back, and then you come all the way through. So are we going to get that? Are we going to get something like coming up? Might take a few hour candles to come up, and then we start coming back down. Are we going to get that? It would make sense, because you'd break all the highs here, pick up liquidity to come back down. But obviously we don't want that, but we want this hour closing respecting, and then the next hour just plummets through the floor for 100 pips, as Dan would say.
Yes.
2 minutes, guys. Hello? 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 talking. Sorry guys, I had to take that phone call. Okay, so what has the hour done? So the hour's closed bullish, which doesn't mean much really, because if you think about it, if this 4 hour is creating a top wick, the first 2 candles of this 4 hour are probably going to be bullish. That's going to be the top wick for the 4. And then the next 2 hourly candles will be the bearish ones for the 4 hour to flip back to the downside, if it's going to flip back to the downside. If it doesn't flip back to the downside, then the new 4 is going to open up and give a bottom wick to then flip to the upside. So that's where you get out. What did the 4? The hour's still respecting this little minus spot though. Yeah, it's just a case of... So I'm going to be loving yous and leaving yous with this, guys. I am looking at a second entry from 2036. I'm going to be setting an alert here. I do feel, even if you want to drive up though, you can't drive too much. This is the thing. You can't drive too much. I can't see us getting stops hit off the daily, because it's the daily. The daily shouldn't be breaking the high really, but it can mess about in here and then eventually come back down off the daily. Because if you look at the daily candle, if you had to bet which way this daily was going to close, bullish, bearish, you'd probably say bearish, because this daily's broke the lows and this one's closed bearish also. Yeah, and you haven't filled the range yet. So it's going to be a case of I'm going to set this and forget it really for today. But I will be setting an alert here for a second entry. I might even put a sell limit on. But yeah, I'll just come back later on for it. I will be taking partial movement to break even at 2030. However, I'm probably, if I can get on the chart, I'll watch it, because what you might get now, because the 4 was creating a top wick for us, the higher it comes up, the further it can drop down, if that makes sense. So it means it might power straight through this 2030, and if you think about it, if it does want to come down there, it's probably going to push past this wick. That's why it's coming down there. So it's probably going to push straight to 2029. So if you do manage to watch it, just watch the lower time frames and see how they move. If they power straight through, you can maybe take partial around the 2029 mark. Okay. Alright guys, but you definitely got chances to get out on this on the 4 hour. If the 4 hour closes bullish, the new 4 should come back down to test at least the body of this 4, and that's where you can get out, okay, if you want to get out. So no excuses today really if you don't get out and price powers up, but look at the daily, we should be absolutely fine with it. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. Alright, any questions before I go?
No, I'm good.
No, let me go through these. Good morning, Matthew Craig. How are you doing, mate? Jamie, how long have you been live streaming your trades? Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Matt Bale. Bayless, welcome, mate, again. I've been live trading long since November. Really started live trading. We're doing all right with stats as well. We've had 2 losses. We had one yesterday, but I mean, them losses, it wasn't a full risk. It was like 60% of whatever you were risking. So, for example, if you were risking 1%, you would have had a loss of 0.6%, if that makes sense. And that was the same on both trades, and the both would have played out if we left stops. But it is what it is. And then we've had 2 break evens and 29 wins on stream, so we're doing fairly decent. That's since November. So much for leaving at 10 AM. Gold has been crazy lately. Gold has been weird lately. It's because this range, if you look at this range here, this whole range is minging. That's why it's minging. We need to get, I mean, look at that. I mean, who remembers this day? Look at that. These are hourly candles. So we really, what we need the weekly to close bearish. That's what we need. We need the weekly to close bearish, and then next week we should get a top wick and then flip to the down. Should be fairly straightforward coming through these ranges. So, but yeah, gold has been crazy lately. Thanks, mate. See how this works out. See you Monday. Yeah, lovely guys. So have a fantastic weekend, everyone. And then I'll see you on Monday. All right. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, jump into our Discord if you're not in the Discord, and it'll notify you when you're on. But I should be on all next week apart from Friday, I believe. Okay. Right, see you later, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Have a good one, Pete. Enjoy your meal.
You too, mate. See you later.
Bye-bye.